Hi there, welcome back. In this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to take the choropleth map that you created in the previous lesson and preparing it for print or for web. The first thing I need to show you though is that Print Composer view you've constructed yesterday with 3 different projections, one for the mainland, one for Alaska and one for Hawaii, won't actually work when you go to save it as an image or as an SVG. Print Composer can actually only handle one projection at any one time. So when you print it out, you'll see that it will convert all of these to one projection. So let me just show you what I mean. It's easier to show you than try and describe it. So as you can see, it's set to the Hawaii projection because that was the last one we added, and it's taken the other 2 maps and put them on the same projection. So which is why we're getting 3 versions of Hawaii. So the only way to produce a map with 3 different projections is to save them individually and then compile them in Illustrator, which is basically what I'm going to show you how to do now. But before I do that, I just want to tidy up the map a little bit because I don't like the black borders, and I want to add some state lines into it as well. So let's just change our projection back to the main projection, and let's remove those black lines. So just double click, and to get rid of them, you don't have to do each symbol individually, just change the main symbol at the top. So click on Simple Fill and select No Pen. Okay, that. Now the other thing I want to do is just change the colour of the map. I've got it blue at the moment, but I think it'd be better if the colours were oranges instead, because poverty infers something bad. So let's change them to red. That's looking nice now. So what I want to do is just add in the state boundaries just to help the user know exactly where in the US they are. So just load in your state provinces lines file from Natural Earth, and obviously it's going to load in the borders for the entire world. So just to keep them just to the US, go to the layer properties and click on the query builder, and the one you're looking for is the admin 0A3, and just make that equal to USA. Okay, so that's reduced it down to the US. Now just change the colour. Let's move this over to the side so I can see it. So simple line, and I'm just going to change it to white. And I'm just going to make it thicker as well. Okay, that's better. It's got some delineation. It's basically just to give you a sense of where you the states are. You don't have to have them very thick and very dark. It's basically just to give the user an indication. So now what we need to do is, with our Print Composer, you can see it's updated those 2 views like I showed you on earlier. So just remove the Hawaii, and I'm going to now save this version as SVG, so US main map. Okay, that. Back to our thing. Change the projection to Alaska and zoom in on Alaska. Back to our Print Composer. Now we add in our Alaska map in the bottom left corner. Okay, that. Let's get rid of the main map and let's save that as SVG. So Alaska, save that. Back to our map. Zoom in on Hawaii. Change the projection to Hawaii. Zoom in so it's filling up as much of the screen as possible. Okay, back to our Print Composer. Delete the Alaska layer and add in your Hawaii one. Save that. Hawaii. And then go to Illustrator, open up your actually open up all three files together. And I'm just going to combine them now onto one document so we can have the view we had in our print composer. So there's our main map. I'm just going to delete, there's usually some stray rectangles around the edges of documents when you export as SVG from QGIS, so just delete them. Go back to your other layer. I'm just going to copy this, close it, and then paste in place, which is Command F. So that'll paste it in exactly the same place. Now it's pasted the white box on top, so we can just delete them, making sure we don't grab anything else on the layer below. And same thing for Hawaii. Just grab the Hawaii layer, copy that, close it, and then paste in place, Command F, and then just delete the white rectangles. So there we have it. We've got our map. Let's just finesse it a little bit. Just put the legend in the right place. Now it's put the labels of all the layers in that are in the document, so we don't need them. And let's just remove the decimals. We don't need them. Actually, let's just do a find and replace. So let's copy that. Find and replace. Sorry, it's under Edit. And paste that in and just replace with 0 and just replace with all. Okay, so that's just basically got rid of all of the zeros without having to do it manually. So let's just move that over and we'll call this poverty percentage. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just box in Alaska and Hawaii, just so they're not just floating around in space. So I was going to move them down a little bit and just move Hawaii over so it's not in the same places. And I'm just going to box them in, so just drawing the rectangle, no stroke, and a black fill. And I'm just going to copy, well, I'm actually just going to alt drag it, so which basically is the same thing as doing a copy. And I'm just going to lower that down to there. Let's just change it to a grey, so it's not so strong. I was going to put in a label. There we go. So that's one way of getting all of your different projections into one final output in Illustrator. Obviously you could use Inkscape, whatever vector program you're used to using, but Illustrator's the sort of industry standard for using creating vector graphics. So I hope that helps, and join me in the next lesson.